Hi friends, today we are going to see how we can set up CI/CD pipeline in Snowflake using online data modeling tool, that is SQLDBM. This is very new announcement to SQLDBM feature list, which leverage the GitHub integration and schema change to complete the auto deployment cycle. If you have not seen my blog on SQLDBM, then you can find the link in the below video description. Let's start with the demo. So you can see that I'm connected to my SQLDBM UI, and if you don't know how to integrate the GitHub with SQLDBM, you can see one of the video on my blog. But basically you have to go on account and integration, and this is the place where you can create the integration of any of the any of the repo of your choice. So I am not going to invest time on here how you want to do that, but the only thing is I wanted to highlight that by default I have already provided the path for my SQLDBM GitHub repo. So if you go here, if you click on code, you will see that the same URL for the cloning is mentioned over here. Yes, so you will see that the clone URL which is present on the GitHub repo is already set up here as part of GitHub integration. So now we will go on dashboard, and you will see that there is already a project created, GitHub integration version 6, which I created a long time back doing the SQLDBM demo. So we'll click on this. You will see that already there is a data model which is created as part of previous demo. I will use the same data model for this demo. Before doing that, I will just show you that in the GitHub repository under code section, there is only one folder where I have provided my YAML script, which is basically simple, which says like anything pushed on this repository will get deployed using schema change. So if you have seen my previous demo, you are already aware what it is doing. So I'm not going to invest time on here, and I'm just going on the code folder. There is no other files over here as of now. The only thing we need to keep in mind for this SQLDBM is like we are going to create a schema beforehand. So basically for this demo, I'm going to use the create a Snowflake DB schema under demo DB, because as part of setup I use the demo DB as my default database. So I'm going to use the role sysadmin database demo DB and create a schema called Snowflake DB. Sorry, I think I missed something or what. All right, so you can see that there is Snowflake DB already created. Under public schema there is nothing, and the information schema is by default. One more thing I would like to highlight over here is like under the settings, under the secrets, I have provided my SF account, SF database, SF password. So basically Snowflake account name, which is basically, if you go here, this is my Snowflake account name. So if we go here till here, this is my Snowflake account name, and Snowflake database is demo DB, then password, Snowflake role is sysadmin, and username and the Snowflake warehouse is default warehouse name. So all these things are already provided as part of a secrets. The same thing will be used under the YAML script under GitHub workflow. So if you see here under my YAML script, I am using all as a parameters. So let's go on the code commit. Let's come into SQLDBM. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to push the entire script into GitHub, and we will see that all this table, employee, department, location, whatever is visible on the screen will get created in Snowflake under Snowflake DB, because if you will see here, all the schema is mentioned for each of the table. Okay. Second thing I'm going to do that I will insert a data into one of the table, and then I'm going to re-push the same entire script along with the new table, and then we'll see that only new table will get created and there is no change on the table structure. So that way we will confirm that this is not breaking anything. So there are a few things to keep in mind before we do anything. So here you will see that under demo DB there is no schema change folder, so that will also get created under demo DB, and then the change history table will get created, which is basically the master table for schema change to track all the changes. So let's start, because we are now done with all the setups. So you can see employee table, location, manager, department, new school and school. Okay, I'm going to click on forward engineering, then click on generate SQL. So before generating the SQL, I just wanted to show you one difference. Like if you don't select the save script, so it will not create your if not exist kind of thing, which makes sure that you are not dropping anything if it's already exist. So if I remove this and if I say generate, it will generate the create table script, and that can create issue in case you are rather than putting the alter, you are directly pushing the entire script. So always keep this as for safer side, regenerate the SQL, and now you are safe to push this code into the GitHub. So I will click on push to GitHub. Now I will go to GitHub repo, go on pull request. I will just approve the merge request, commit merge, and now you will see that under the code there is another folder created called migration/SQLDBM. Under this there is a file created with a consistent name with version 16.SQL. So if you click here, you will see the same SQL statement which was there for previously. So now if you go on action, you will see that a merge pull request has been already started, and if you click here and again here deep down, you will see that run schema change is currently running. So it will go and it will create. So let it be running. Let's go on Snowflake and see what is happening here. If we refresh here, you will see that schema change schema has been created, change history table has been created. Let's select the table and see whether we have any data. So okay, now let's see. Now you can see that one file has been already merged. So the name of the file is the same which we have just pushed from the GitHub integration SQLDBM. So now if I go here and refresh, you will see that all the table has been created, which was part of our data model tool. That means from data model to directly deployment is now possible using SQLDBM schema change. Now let's how we can make sure that our table are not getting dropped is like one thing we mentioned that we should always select this, and another thing we can make sure by using, like let's say in the new school there is a table called new school over here. I'm going to insert a record, and if there is no like if the table are not getting dropped and recreated, this data will remain intact. So let's say we will do the select star, and we will see that we have inserted one record, and after redeploying we will see the same record still exist. So let's go here, let's go on the dashboard, let's create one more table. I will call it dummy. I will select the schema name and I will say column 1, and I will select the varchar 250 as a default and the primary key, and that's it. I will just do a save. I will go on forward engineering and I will regenerate everything. So now you can see that all the table structure are recreated, and I will including the dummy table which I just created, right? I will just push this into the GitHub, and I will go here in the pull request, and just you can see that the generated by just now, and I will just say the merge pull request commit merge. The moment I merge, if you go on the code, you will see that the new file has been inserted 19 seconds ago. So if I click here, you will see all the same state create table statement along with the new table which I just created. And if we go on the action, you will see something is already running as part of merge pull request. And if we go here, see the run schema change is currently running. So let's wait for a moment. So you can see that the run schema change step 2 is running, and it should get completed within some few seconds. So you can see that it's already completed. So let's go on the Snowflake. Let's first see whether this script get deployed or not. So we can see that the second script which we just inserted as part of GitHub version 17 has been deployed successfully. Now let's see whether we still see the data here or not. So we can see that the table still has the record. That means the table not get deployed and redeployed and dropped and recreated. So that's proof that. And if we refresh here, we will see that dummy table is now part of your Snowflake DB database. So we have to keep this in mind that while if we don't want to generate the alter statement, and we can always use the save script to re-push the entire script. If you don't want that, you can also generate the alter script. So say like this, and it will generate the alter script only. So here is the alter script which get create table Snowflake DB dummy, and that will just make sure that the only difference of the delta between your last changes and the current changes will get deployed. So that way you will see that all the table got created directly from the Snowflake physical model to database table creation. So this is also a very nice feature where you want to directly see the reflection of the data model which you just created. So that could be very handy as an end-to-end, but we need to take care of few things before setting this up. This is just a small demo to showcase the feature, but we need in a normal production case there might be lots of checkings, lots of validation before we directly see the things into the database. But this is a very nice feature, very nice announcement. So I'm happy. So hopefully you like the demo, and if you like the demo, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.